Yo, what is up, guys? Taco here. Welcome back to another Minecraft Let's Play video. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. It has definitely been a very interesting day. Well, not really interesting. Nothing's really happened to change the status quo, I guess. How is that skeleton not burning? You know what? Never mind. It's not important. Anyway, I'm going to just go ahead and jump right into it because we have a lot to cover in this video. Today is the 50th video of Taco Time. And there's a zombie, so we're just going to take care of him. Anyway, today, this is the 50th episode of the Taco Time Minecraft series on this SMP. And I figured to celebrate, since every time I coincidentally hit 50, I always end up, like, the series ends up being restarted, or worlds get deleted, or something or other like that. So I figured, why not go around and show off all the cool things we've done in the last, year and a half or so? Or in Minecraft YouTube terms, 50 episodes. So, here we go. So this, as you can see, is my house. It was, I believe, the first thing I built in this world. And I got a little chimney, got my pets, and my cat up there. And here's my loft bedroom. Pretty cool. Yeah, this is the first thing that I started building in the world before I moved out of the village, which isn't there anymore, but we can get to that later. Over here, I built a well, not really for any reason, as wells obviously don't work, but I built it just because, why not? And it goes down a little bit. The lava was an interesting touch. I'm not going to lie about that. I don't know, just so you could see down there, but then I thought about it, that, you know, you shouldn't really be able to see down there because it's supposed to be dark. But I also didn't want mobs to spawn, like, you know, the drowns and whatnot. So, anyway, this right here is a little pond, sugarcane, some crops. This was intentionally supposed to be like a farm area, like with some wheat scattered around up here, down there, and down there. And then it just didn't happen. And then down there is a giant water hole thing, whatever. And anyway, up here is a dripstone / lava farm. So this down here is just a pumpkin with a face, and I don't really know, like, my friend Ren built this here. I don't really know what to put there yet, but that's pretty much a saver point, like, hey, we're gonna put this here. So this is the automatic potion brewer, which any of these levers you hit, it will, you know, make that potion. Then you hit that button and it will make the potion. Pretty straightforward there. This is the forge, or like the smithing area, where you pretty much have everything in Minecraft that you need in order to, you know, make stuff. Like the blast furnace, just a little nice campfire, which is supposed to, you know, symbolize something. Barrels, a chest with absolutely nothing in it. I don't think these barrels have anything in it as well. There's some extra storage under there as well. Here is a grindstone, where you can disenchant stuff. Anvils, which you can enchant stuff and rename stuff with books. This is the smithing table, where you can upgrade your gear. The stone cutter, where you can, well, you know, cut stone. Pretty straightforward as well. And a cauldron for whatever you need a cauldron for. Oh, and anyway from that, here is my enchantment table with surrounding books. And it's lit up in here because of carefully placed glowstone and trapdoors. And there's the nether portal, which we'll go in there a little bit later, possibly, just to show that off. Down this way, this was intended to be a bamboo forest, though I believe in due time I will just do away with it. It was in theory a good idea, but it caused a lot of lag, I believe, because, you know, all the entities and stuff. So I probably will just do away with all this, even in the future. This right here is my bee farm. Excuse me, my honey farm. I always say bee farm, but I don't farm bees. I farm the honey. So, like, it's not a bee farm. You know what? Never mind. And right here is a little pier that I built just for, you know, sailing around and stuff. So here's a boat. One thing I did want to say is I may cover things that I didn't build, just just because it's not just my world. It's my world. My friends come here and build stuff and do stuff. So I might show off their stuff as well. Last but certainly not least, at least in this area, which is kind of like my corner of the world, literally, because it's kind of like in the corner of a map, is my storage building, which prior to 1.19, I believe, could harbor every single item in the game. Or maybe all the blocks in the game. But of course, now that all the updates have come out, yeah. Also, you're probably wondering about all the item frames. Lag is basically the short answer. The long answer is because the item frames cause lag, and therefore I took many of them down because I still have yet to really memorize where everything is, but that will come in due time. This was also a borrowed build, hence I said the word borrowed from my friend Jay Rares, who built this in our like the PC server that we had a few years ago. And I'm like, hey, that looks pretty cool. Can I borrow it? Like to borrow the design or whatever. At least I give you credit for it. He was like, sure, or something like that. Anyway, lastly, actually, yeah, this is the last thing in my corner of the area, minus Taco Town and stuff. There's a giant Magikarp. And you're probably wondering, why in the world did you build a giant Magikarp? Well, you can watch the Magikarp video, I believe it is, or the video after that. Yeah, also I have a little plaque here. This is kind of like the first project of my overall project of like kind of, building things that have sentimental value to me as a person, not really as a Minecraft person or player or entity. Yeah, you can just read through the book there, pause it if you want to or need to. But yeah, it's basically the first step in a long line of steps or buildings or projects or whatever that say, hey, this thing is here for a reason. This thing has like this thing that is it's being symbolized by something that has sentimental value to me. Therefore, that's why it's here. I may as well go through the Nether portal just to show you all the inner workings of the portal, which was primarily done, I believe, by Ren and Rico. As you can see, we have a nice design here. This all the way, if you go all the way down, I believe it goes to another fortress, which I don't really have intention of doing yet, or well, actually not at all in this video. So this is Celestia. This is where Rico has built his town and stuff. As you can see here, Taco Town is that way. YouTuber house, which I assume is supposed to mean that way because that's where I live. Taco Town is that way, and then yeah. I was pretty much just showing this off because this is a pretty cool thing that Nether network. I believe I had a separate. Let's see, Taco Town. I believe I had a actual name for it that I've used a few times. I just don't remember what it is. You know what I mean? Like when you come up with a name for something and you just forget what it is. That's me. Comes up with things and then ends up forgetting them anyway. And here is Taco Town, or rather, the small beginnings of what will soon, hopefully, well, maybe not soon, but you know what I mean, like, will eventually become a grand town or place. Anyway, so even though realistically, should start with the first thing I built and go from there, I'm going to start at the beginning of the town. As you can see in front of you, this is the cafe. Now, this was a very interesting building. It took a rather long time to build, and also the sun is about to go down, so we will briefly pause the tour after this building just so we can sleep. But yeah, the floor was definitely the most interesting part of this version of the building, at least. Just, something random, wild, kind of an interesting looking pattern. Yeah. This building is also, I believe, the building that has went through the most transformations, or the most versions ever that I've built, at least. This is the sugarcane pond. It's got spiders and a spider and a creeper in it right now, but I promise they're not hindering the production of sugarcane. Which brings us to this place, Layered Sugar's Sugar Shack. Now, this place has the most interesting story, in my personal opinion. I think that's like the only word I can really use for all this stuff is interesting. But yeah, this is the most intriguing building. There, I'll use a different word. as this building has the most history with me, as well as my YouTube channel, as well as my Minecraft like YouTube channel, like the Minecraft side of my YouTube channel. As Layered Sugar Sugar Shack has been with me at least since 2013. So I'll give a brief backstory about this. My friend Layered Sugar, me and him haven't spoken in a very long time. Not really for any reason, just you fall out with people, or not really fall out with people, but you fall out of contact with people. That you meet new people, you lose some people, something like that. Anyway, and he basically had a building called Lear Sugar Sugar Shack, which did not look anything like this. It was more like the 2013 version of what this would be, and he built it in my YouTube world at the time, and I'm like, wow, this is awesome. I'm like, can I use this like if I ever need to, like in any other future world? And he's like, sure. So in every single Minecraft YouTube world that I've had, I have built this in some way, shape, or form. One of my favorites, I think, like not really favorites in design, but favorites in idea, was in my medieval series that I had, which of course is not on this channel anymore, or any channel anymore, because this is not the channel I used to post Minecraft videos for a good chunk of my YouTube career. I used a different channel. If some of you remember, maybe, probably not. I'm gonna say no, but anyway, yeah, Sugar Shack. Gonna go in here real quick, show around. The interior has definitely seen a you know a big improvement, as this, like the cake display and stuff, was not in here before. It was basically tables all the way around, and then just an empty spot here in the floor. No display, which I didn't like. I like this, where you get to display all the cake and stuff. It's not just cakes though. As you can see, we got pumpkin pie and bread and cookies, and then up here is the storage area, where you store everything that you need to make the stuff. Like you got your wheat, you got your pumpkins and cocoa beans and other stuff. And then of course back here is the farm, which there's no sugar cane here, but of course the sugar cane is made over there. Oh, just gonna close the door and not hit my head on the ceiling or a lamp. And anyway, this plot of land right here will be built, or will be, it will have something done with it eventually, as well as this plot of land here, which these plots are not exactly finalized. I will build something there eventually. Just don't know what it is yet. Actually, I do. I'm just not going to tell you. Anyway, this right here, which we actually just finished last episode, is my beacon area. That's literally the only thing I can think of when it comes to naming it. This is where the beacon is. As you can see, well, it's actually under there, but yeah, this is where the beacon is. And I've already explained this story a lot of times in the last like 5 videos, so I'm not going to go ahead and explain it again. But if you want to hear it, it's somewhere in any video resembling this building. Like if this building is in the thumbnail, then you'll find the explanation there. Anyway, here we have the Japanese steakhouse, which has also went through, funny, everything in this world has went through some sort of design change, except for this. This one is just bigger and more detailed. It's pretty much the same with, like I said, a few small minor details. Yeah, I love this building. It is probably my second favorite that I've built so far. And then, of course, the number one is pretty obvious. The clock tower, which I personally love more than anything else that I've built in this world. Definitely proud of the work that went into this. This is actually the first thing I designed completely, utterly, any other word I can think of, all by myself. Like no help, no like assistance, no anything. It was literally all me. Like I had some people throw in some ideas, and I kind of threw them away, and then kind of threw them back, and yada yada yada. So long story short, yes, that's all I got. And over here is the lighthouse, and there's a bee over there. But yeah, this is the lighthouse with a definitely updated interior from what it had many years ago. Gonna just go through here, as the last one did not have an elevator. So we can go straight to the top and enjoy the amazing view that is up here. See a whole lot of nothing. That's kind of crappy view. I want my money back. Just kidding. The not as crappy view is over here, which is upsetting because you can see where the Japanese steakhouse is by all the pink trees. yet you can't actually see it because of the clock tower. But yeah, so far everything I'm very proud, very pleased with the work that has went into all the stuff, and I can't wait to expand out that way, and possibly that way as well. I'm gonna just use the elytra for the rest. Quick flyover here, as you can see a little bit, and real quickly I will show off all the other things that are in this world. As you can see, this is Ren's unfinished Japanese-styled house, as he's actually just been started building this. So far, I think it looks pretty good. And over here we have the Tori, I believe it's called, and as well as a nice gate built by Ren as well. Which this is where the village that was mentioned at the very beginning of the video was. My house was somewhere like over here, I believe it was. Well, the village house that I kind of stole. I mean, borrowed, actually. Borrowed. I didn't steal it. I just walked in. I mean, I paid my dues. I gave them emeralds. This over here is the site of the famous Wither fight. As you can see, it didn't last very well, the wall, because I didn't know that you couldn't use obsidian to contain the Wither. Big mistake that was. And as we go over here, this is the town of Celestia, which Rico has built. Quick little flyover here. And over here is his girlfriend's house. And last but not least, we will go and visit Fuse's area. He has built quite a lot of things over here, which definitely should not go ignored. I'm not sure exactly what all of these things are. I'm sure he could explain if he would like to. But yeah, that's all the things. Alright guys, I figured I would end this video off at the last thing I forgot to show off, which is the Guardian farm. Guardian XP farm rather, where I farm the things that Guardians drop, such as XP mainly, and the shards, as well as the crystals and the fish, which the fish, as you can see, I think we have plenty of. There's no need for fish. Like I said, as you can see, we have quite a lot of that. And then we also have a lot of the crystals, which we haven't used the most of. We've actually used more of the shards than anything. Anyway, thank you for watching this video, this world tour. I know it was, a lot to cover, but hopefully we have a lot more to cover in the next world tour, which we'll have to do that eventually, as I hopefully build more cool, awesome, amazing things. And I hope that you all will stick around for the journey. And with that, thank you for watching. Like the video if you did indeed like it. Comment down below any suggestions or feedback you may have. And subscribe if you have not done so already. Thank you for watching. Have an awesome day. And hopefully, I will see you in the next video. Peace out.